Okay, well it's not often you see me on the screen because, well, look at me. Anyway, to continue on with the theme of can your hobby become a business as far as faceting is concerned, I think the straight answer is not really, but there are one or two people who've purchased a few items online, which is great, and also one or two people who've contacted me. The stuff I'm making is on Facebook. I'm based in Portishead, so it's just local basically, and the everything else I've put on eBay UK, and a couple of items have sold, which is great, makes you feel good. Just about afford, as I joked recently, a nice cup of coffee on the profits, because when you work out the cost of rough, especially the time it takes, it's not economically viable. But a couple of people give me some interesting challenges. One is a lady who lectures on gems, diamonds, especially Cullinan, and she purchased off me the Cullinan 1 and 3, I think, replicas that I made, and then said, well, I'd like one to be made the size of the actual Cullinan. So there's the rough. It's a big, huge crystal glass sphere, and I'm going to cut this down and make an actual sized Cullinan 1 for her. So that will be an upcoming video. I'm looking forward to that, although I think it's going to be a challenge because it's going to wear out several discs, which again will make it not at all viable. But there we go, I still enjoy doing it. And the secondly is a gentleman who's from Ireland who's seen a couple of the gems online and has asked me to make his wife one out of this Nailsea glass. I'll put pictures in of the gem I was on about, but he wants a Asscher cut. So that's what we're going to do for him. Hopefully you can see that. I'm not sure how it's pronounced, I've never done one, but it doesn't look too complicated, and I managed to find the plan. And here's our faceting rough that we're going to use on that. So we're going to make a start on that now. I've squared it off, but I'm going to make it extremely more, a lot more accurate than this. And we'll start that project. He then also wants it set in a silver setting. Now, by no means am I a silversmith, and that's going to be quite challenging, but I've succeeded a couple of times. And there's no commitment on his part. If it works, it does. If it doesn't, well, we've enjoyed the experience and you've watched the video. So, let's get started. Preforming is like decorating. A good start makes for a good finish, so we try to get the stone the exact size required. Putting in the first 4 angled facets. Hello. You can come in.
You filming?
Yes.
Oh right, sorry, I'm just going to bring it under there. For a cup of tea.
Oh, we'd love a cup of tea.
Being such a good wife that I am.
Of course. Just in case you didn't know, tea is what fuels the English and also the Indians. After all, that's where it comes from. Not originally, but where a lot of it comes from now. Right, little trick coming on here. Black out the gem because this is so clear that it's difficult to see where the facet is landing. But if we put a permanent marker on it, as it facets away, we'll be able to figure it out. Let that dry. Polishing. Although lots of this is highly speeded up by 4 times, so lots of hours are compressed into not a lot, polishing takes a long time. It's probably the most important part of making a gem, and this is using a Perspex lap with 50,000 grit diamond powder. Ooh, look at that, shiny. Right, well the next stage in this process is to make a mould to go in the sand casting. That will enable me to make the setting. I'm doing the bottom half so it fits exactly, and I'm leaving the girdle extremely large because once we cut the stone it will of course go to about 1/2 millimetre, 1 millimetre. This is a point of risk now after 4 or 5 hours worth of work, because of course the stone could shatter. So we're going to warm it gently, dip it in, bring it out, rather like making an old-fashioned candle. Can you see what I'm up to? Yes, you can. Let me just lift this camera up a little bit more and bring it in. form, as you can imagine. So it doesn't always work out so well, but it worked out okay this time. You apply a little bit of heat to the gem through the bottom of the wax mould, and it comes out. It's tight, but that can be opened up just by moving it around a bit and loosening it up. So we've got the start of the mould. We can now go on to transferring this gem onto another dot. Time for the crown. The whirring noise in the background isn't the wife, it's her bread maker. But there we go. Anyway, the crown is exactly the same as faceting the pavilion, but of course it's just different facets. Well, here's the reveal, and thank goodness it all came together, all 4, 3, 2, well, however many parts there were. I'd also like to say thank you very much for everybody who has been watching these videos. Hooray, we've now reached 1,000 subscribers. So you know what to do. Please like, please subscribe, by all means comment, leave me a challenge, and pass it on to somebody else who you may think's interested. Thank you very much, everybody. So there's the rough silver setting, and it's obviously got to be sanded and polished and prepared. And there's the stone. It fits nicely, but of course what happens when you put it in and then try to fold over, the stone can crack. So you might as well see it as far as I've got it so far.